Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi, Brenda.
Does anybody? Hello,
Hey,
Ola.
hi.
Hi. So good to see your face.
Hi, Ola.
Thank you.
Hi, Samim. Good morning. Good
Hi,
morning.
Brenda.
Good
Good morning.
afternoon. Hello, Alexio.
Yes, hello. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending where you are.
Depending on where you are. Have you been to another meeting
Yeah,
with?
I've been to a couple. Haven't been to one in about a month because I was moving back to the US. So I'm back and see what you want to see what's happening.
Yes, wonderful. Great to have you here because I thought I recognized your photo and your name. Please feel free to join us in video if you can. It just seems like I know a lot of people prefer audio, but I
Today wouldn't be possible because I'm feeding my newborn kitten, so it's a little bit of a chaos over here. But
I
next time
thought
it's
I
possible.
heard a little kitten in the background. It must be cute. How come you don't show it
Cute,
to us?
cute, and yeah, a lot of work currently.
yes, although not maybe not as much as a dog, right?
Nope, not
Cats.
even close.
Wow. Yes. Yes. So, look, I mean, we're such a small group. Hopefully, some more people will join us. But given how small the group is, maybe we'll make it just more freewheeling. I would really love to say, first to start, you guys know how much I respect and covet this amazing organization. And it's always so uplifting for me to connect with you guys. And maybe we could just all uh, talk about sort of where we're at and how we're feeling about what's going on. And yeah, anything that we might, any of us might like to talk about. Would anybody like to start?
Yeah, I can start, I think.
Aw.
Yeah. So I can share that I was thinking that I'm okay with everything. Like I used to this situation. Like I know what is happening. It's been happening for a long time, but it seems like it's impossible to be okay with all of this. And every time I read the news, I read something that's like that this hurts so much still. There is no way I can get used to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I'm feeling.
Oh, yeah. Does anybody have to say anything to Ola about that? I mean, again, we're a small group, so feel free to jump in.
I mean, the only thing that I can say is that maybe it should be so. Right? What is happening is, I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened before in history, but that doesn't mean that it's not um, tremendously horrible. So maybe we shouldn't get used to it. Maybe we should continue to be outraged and hurt and um, by it because it it's I don't know. I'm in the same boat uh, with you, Oya. Yeah, I'm not yet. I'm not anymore there. I was in the Romanian border for a couple of months, and we were helping the people who were escaping to Romania. Now I'm back in the U.S., very far away, and all the people that I know personally have either left the country or they are somewhere in Ukraine that are safe at this point. So it's not anymore the panic and the scare that was happening in the early days that we were trying to make sure that people don't get shot or don't get bombed. But still, every time that I read the news, is yeah, it's not good. Like you can't, and I don't want to get used to it. I don't ever want to get to a point that I'm reading the news and I have the same reaction as I'm reading any other kind of news. it's a horrific situation, and I should always remain appalled and devastated by it.
Right, and that's your humanity, right? That's if you don't feel, then you're sort of disconnecting from your humanity. And I think it's Ola, what you said is so simple and powerful and heartfelt. And I'm so glad that we're here to receive that because we need to hold space for the outrage and the horror and the sorrow about what's going on. And yes, for sure, Alexios, I mean, this is, I'm a writer and a filmmaker, and my field of study is the human heart. And I just, cannot understand how we can be so destructive and so self-destructive, really. Because when we are violent, we're not only hurting the person or people that we are violent against, we're hurting ourselves, we're hurting our humanity. It's very painful. It's very painful. So while I feel myself the desire to say anything and everything that could possibly make you feel better, I also feel like sometimes we just have to say it sucks, it's shitty, and that's it. And here we are together sharing that.
Maybe I can also share something, Ola. Um, what I learned in my life is emotional pain is the same as physical pain. Um, if you scratch your finger with little scratches, you can get over it very quickly. After a few minutes, you put a band-aid on it and you're good to go, right? But if somebody falls and breaks the bone, there's no way it will get better tomorrow, right? It has to take time, and it takes a lot of care, and it has to go through the healing process, which is painful. And you still have the pain for months until your bone is fixed. And slowly you can go back. So going back to normal, it takes much longer when the pain or the injury is deeper. Emotional pain is the same thing. Like what you guys going through, what people in Ukraine and anyone going through war, that pain is very deep. It's almost like you have a huge wound, a cut, a bleeding. And that's not going to heal quickly. It will take time. But as long as you're taking care of it and you are understanding that what is happening to you, and you keep positive mind that I am going towards healing, I'm getting better every day, slowly, that's the only way you can get over it. Otherwise, if you keep thinking about the day that you got hurt and you keep repeating in your mind, the healing process, even if the wound is healed, your mind will never keep coming out of that pain. So it's still live in your head. So it's a very psychological, at the same time there is a physical connection to it. So keep that in mind. I found that to be very helpful.
Thank you for what you're saying, all of you. And I also wanted to say that I'm slowly starting to realize how much people in the world also suffering there. It's not only Ukraine. I'm glad, obviously, that Ukraine has all this attention, but it's not fair that other countries don't. And I met people here from Syria and Yemen, and it's so not fair that the smart, this kind, intelligent people, they also suffer. And it's an interesting theme for me now to know better these people, other cultures. Yeah.
But you know what? Ukraine did a big favor for everyone because now they made it very public and awareness, raised awareness, which is good. So what you just said happened because many people didn't even know what's going on around the world, but it brings awareness, and that's a positive thing. Unfortunately, in a bad way, but there is a positive side to it. But thank you for realizing that. That shows how big your heart is.
Yeah, I would agree. When you are in your situation right now and you're able to think about other people in other situations, that's very difficult to do. So yeah, give yourself some credit.
That is so beautiful, Ola, what you said. Thank you so much for saying it. Um, and I find it so powerful also to have Samim here, who was a refugee from Yemen many years ago, and who is here working so hard and so deeply present here at Ukraine Now. It's really it grows my heart every day. And this, maybe we can discover that if we put more of our energy into growing love and connection, which is what you're really experiencing, right? People have rallied all over the world to help Ukraine, and now your heart is opening even more to others. This is the best of what we are capable of. So, Alexios, how are you? Tell us what's going on with you.
I'm fine. I'm actually going through a very transformative time in my life. Changing careers, and I don't know which country I'm going to end up with, which career, which industry. So it's very open at the moment. But I mean, like, yeah, and Ukraine and the trip to Bulgaria was part of it. But I mean, first world problem. So I don't pay that much attention to it. I'm sure it'll all be fine at the end, and I should put into perspective, my problems versus everybody else's problems. So I'm fine. I'm very fortunate to be in a position that I am. So I have to acknowledge that every day. The last time I joined, there were a lot of people who were offering, to help in different industries. So I'm not just sure in what situation the organization is at the moment, and is there anything happening? I haven't read the emails for about a couple of weeks, so I was hoping to get an update on that.
Ola, do you want to maybe answer that?
Yeah, there is a lot of projects happening in Ukraine now, and we need help. It's either administrative work, like communication, simple stuff. We need UX designer help desperately. For some reason, nobody answers for announcement. We have a project for supporting women called FemSMS. Yeah, let me think. What else? Housing, education, humanitarian help. Yeah, we have this all still.
Alexia, what is it that you can do? You said you were working on the border. Are you planning on going back, or would you like to try and do something from where you are now? Which I'm not sure I remember where you are. Alexio? Sorry, your audio is off.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I'm not able to go back for at least a couple of months, and if it's needed, because the last couple of weeks that we were there, at least a couple of weeks, I mean, there was no need for us to be there, and a lot of volunteer organizations at the border were just packing up and going home because they were like the ratio of volunteers to refugees was much higher. So we weren't doing anything there. But yeah, administrative help, housing, all that stuff. I would love to help. I'm currently in the US in the East Coast, in Pittsburgh specifically. I'm from Greece, so I travel back and forth quite often. Yeah, anything I can do to help, you can throw anything at me, and if I'm not able to, I'll let you know. If I am, I will do whatever I can.
Wonderful. Ola, did you take that down?
Yeah, okay. I'll check if there's anything happening in that area, or is there any help, like maybe other kind of help needed, and I'll get back with the task if we have that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you.
And
Can I?
Alexio, I'd love to say to you that I mean, I know so little about you, but that you are in the process of changing your. Sorry, is that there's a sound coming? If you wouldn't mind turning off your audio, there's a. Thank you. Um, but I find it really interesting that you know, something that I find fascinating about the people coming to Ukraine now, and I mention it often, is, you know, what makes us want to help each other? What triggers us to help, to go beyond feeling bad or sorry about a painful situation happening outside of ourselves? But what makes us go and help? And I find it really amazing that you're sort of up in the air, not sure where you're going to live next or where your career path will take you, and yet here you are helping. You know, this is to me a kind of magical equation, and I'd love to understand how people like you are built. You know, how we can inspire people to do, you know, to be like you.
I don't know what to say, Brenda. I think that I don't know. I don't understand how anybody could be anybody any other way. Just I don't see how people see human suffering or even animal suffering, and they don't care. I just don't. I never understood that. So if I was in the similar situation, right, and somebody invaded my country and I was running from bombs, wouldn't I want other people to come and help me? So, well, of course I would, right? I would beg for it, and I would go down on my knees and I would plead people to help me. So how is it possible that I see other people going through that and not doing anything? I think helping other people is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself. And no matter anything else, helping other people and making a small difference in their happiness is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself. So, and I think that everybody who has experienced that, you know, helping others and the feeling that you get when you do, they want more of it. So I don't know how to make other people feel the same.
Mm. Well, you know, I am I'm the founder of an organization called The Village, which is a human and media platform for storytelling. And the basic idea is that when we weave our stories together, we can help heal each other, and then we can help heal our world. There's something very, very powerful that happens when we share of ourselves with each other. And out of this, and working with UkraineNow, is coming a project called Hearts of Ukraine. And at first, I thought it would be more about the hearts of Ukrainians and what you're going through, Ola. But then, in spending time here with all these amazing people, I realized Hearts of Ukraine extends way beyond Ukraine. It's the heart of the world, it's the heart of all these people helping. And I'm on a mission, on a personal mission to understand this better and figure out ways to try and inspire more people to help. And all I have to say, that I really hope to use what you said before as part of our social impact campaign, which is Hearts of Ukraine. Hi, Wilson. Welcome. Yeah, so this is just this is amazing, powerful stuff to me.
I agree that storytelling is really powerful, because just reading news or something like this, it doesn't make you so engaged as stories of real people. I felt it by myself when I meet people from other countries, and when they telling stories by themselves, this real person, I became like interested in the story, in the country, in what is happening. So I believe it is a very powerful project. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, Wilson. Is your name Wilson or is it Rick? I can't remember. Ah, you're frozen. So Samim, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And I think Wilson is here. Maybe he wants to talk.
Hello, Wilson. How are
Hello,
you?
everybody.
We're a,
Good.
we're a small group today, so it's very, very casual.
How was everybody?
Please tell us how you are.
I I think yes. Hi is everybody. I think I just got back from a hospital run, and I'm
Wilson, would you try, I don't
forgot
know.
about the meetings I got, but I think I'm having issues with the server.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
it's breaking up.
Yeah.
Do you want to close all your apps or maybe even exit the meeting and come back in? Because you're frozen. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I think he has a weak signal. It shows red. So he
Yeah.
sometimes if he turns off the camera might work better
It's
for
okay.
his sound.
Do you want to turn off your camera, Wilson? Although I love.
Nah, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay, but we didn't hear anything that you said, or I didn't.
Uh,
Did
How
anybody?
about now? Can you hear me
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, sorry, I must be in a dead spot. I just got back from a run from a patient in the hospital. So
Where?
I hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's well is on tuning to the community.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was supposed to have an appointment yesterday, a meeting with a party and that deals with, I guess, Ukraine and the consulate and trying to get boots on the ground still. And the meeting never launched. So a little disappointed, but still hopeful.
Great. Great. So you're planning on going back?
If as soon as I can, yeah.
Tell us about the people who go there, boots on the ground, some of the people that you may have met and some of the experiences you may have had.
But most of the people are either ex-military that have a calling in their heart to serve mankind, humanity. We don't see right or left. We just see the injuries. We see the people that are hurt, the children that are dismayed, and the tragedies that this conflict is actually bringing. Um, that I would say it was unnecessary. It was really unnecessary. So I'm not going to talk. I don't talk politics or anything like that. But that's not the way God intended us to be. The way some of the senior citizens have to relive World War II again, and when they were in their childhood, and now they're crying because they see it starting all over again. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, that is a
There's
pain.
certain things that we need to keep buried in history and never to have it repeated. That's just my opinion.
So, have you had any particularly powerful experiences when you were there?
Well, the only experience is the treating the wounded, treating the wounded. You know, being in the medical field, I'm just used to it, but it was too overwhelming. Overwhelming for even some of the staff doctors that actually are, and then the paramedics, the support. They need relief. You know, Doctors Without Borders are there, and they need they're putting themselves in harm's way, and they need actually to um, they need R&R. I believe you understand what R&R is, right? They need to step back because after a while you become so consumed that you're not functioning correctly anymore.
Mm.
So one of the greatest reasons why we need more volunteers to actually get there is because of that reason. If if we can, not with donations for monies, but food supplies, it's going to be able to help the. We created another Afghanistan
What would
in
you
a nutshell, and uh, weapons don't kill people; it's people killing people unnecessarily. But that's just my opinion. You know,
so what would you say to people to help encourage them to come?
it has to come from the heart. You can't push people to go somewhere and do things that they can't do or they're not capable of doing or they're not willing to go because they feel the calling in their heart to go and do something because they could wind up becoming casualties themselves because I believe that only those being a medic in the military counts for a lot. You've seen it, you've done it, you've slept in it, you know, sleeping 15 minutes every hour or catching a break for an hour and a half on a 12-hour shift is a norm. Not everybody could function that way.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you do, Wilson. And it's always so great to have you here on these calls. Um,
Sometimes I just want to add, sometimes we feel that we can't do enough. It's not only there, but if you look at Yemen, the atrocities in Yemen, Afghanistan, uh, and even Zimbabwe and those African coastal states that are going hungry, um, it's not really unnecessary. We have enough supplies that we can feed them. There was a statement the other day that says we are taking food away from the people that are dying to feed the people that are hungry, and that really caught my heart because it's the truth. We shouldn't be taking food away from the hungry people or the people who are dying from hunger. They're thirsty. We should be able to give them. There's too much greed in the world. There's too much greed in the world, too much hatred in the heart to see what life is, how important life is. But I'm not going to preach you a sermon or anything like that. But you understand where I'm coming from. I
Yeah.
believe everyone actually cares.
yes. And lastly,
Okay.
hi Rob. But lastly, I wonder, Wilson, what makes you go? What makes you care in this way?
I don't know. I really don't know because I've been like that since my adolescence. My father was a World War II veteran. He showed me the ropes. He put the calling in my heart, I guess. And he told me um, not to be a statistic and to be able to help fellow man. Uh, when they're down and out, and to give the always lend a hand when you can is good, and when you can, and don't expect anything in return. I don't know. There was a book at college that was once said, "Are leaders born or are leaders made?" It's a good book to read, and a lot of people who are in authority should read that book.
Thank you, Wilson. Well, your dad did good. Your dad did good.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Hello, Rob. Would you like to join us and say a quick hello?
Hi, Brenda. How are you?
I'm good. How are
Shamim,
you
how's
doing?
everything going?
Do you feel like sharing
Good.
video? No pressure, but it would be lovely to see you.
Oh, let me see. Where is that? Here we go. There I am.
There you
How are
are.
you all doing today?
Oh, Rob. So good to see you again. Wilson, do you know
Yeah.
Rob? Do you guys know each other? Because you've both been boots on the ground.
Yeah, I don't believe that me and Wilson have met. No. I would like what he was saying, though. Absolutely sums it up. No glory, no, not looking for anything like that. Let's just get the people taken care of. Yup. Was in Poland not too long ago. We were moving supplies down to leave and got a good tonnage in there. But had to come back home for some personal stuff, but planning on getting back over there soon enough. Probably middle of June or so. But yup, I like the things I'm hearing here. Shamim's getting all of that going with donating to people and all. It's a beautiful thing, get out there, get what we got to get done, get the people fed, like you say, get them out of there if they want to get out of there. And yeah, yep, that's what it all runs down to. Absolutely.
Rob, so we spoke not long ago, and now that you're on video and we're recording, maybe you could tell us about you and a little bit about who you are, where you come from, what brings you to Ukraine now.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said in previous meetings, 9/11, working in Lower Manhattan and 9/11 and all of that going down at the time. I was very impressed with people in the way that they were volunteering. People were just pouring out, making donations. We had donations on every corner of every type and product that you could think of, and I went down there and volunteered for about 4 days after the attack until the FBI kicked us out. And ever since then, it's just been, my father was in the Marine Corps and everything. And he always stressed that point that, the Marine Corps helps people that can help themselves. Well, that kind of emanated with me and, been that way all along, down to helping somebody across the street or getting their cat out of a tree or, pales in comparison to what's going on over in Ukraine. But yeah, if we can help anybody there, that's, exactly what it's all about. Be at your best when things are at their worst. That's what it comes down to. That's what I'm about. Yep.
Love it. And you're a great messenger also, both of you, Wilson and Rob. Rob, so what, you were down in Poland, and a little bit in Ukraine. I mean, what happened to you when the invasion started? What sort of went on inside of you that made you act?
What clicks with me is the kids. Whether it's war or, I mean, these unfortunate shootings or things like that are going on, it's always the kids that are affected the most. And it just puts a tear in my eye watching these kids, what they're going through, having their lives ripped apart and everything, and by extension, you want to get the kids out, but by extension, their families and that kind of thing, being, with the mentality I've been brought up with, we help everybody. I've got Jewish blood in my veins, and it's like Jews just help everybody, not just fellow Jews, the kids, that kind of stuff. Help everybody. But my focus is really on making sure that the kids are okay. Being that I've got 3 daughters, 3 beautiful grandchildren, You know, it's all about getting stuff in that will help them, getting them out if that's what they're doing, and you know, just trying to help out in any way that you can. Like I said, I'll bring out bloodied rags if it comes down to that, or I'll drive, you know, as much as you can at my age. But yeah, fortunately on that last trip that we took, I didn't have to do any driving or anything like that. So basically catch some sleep and, you know, listen to the stories from the other guys and what's going on, keep your ears open and stay aware, you know.
Did you hear any stories or experience any things when you were there that particularly touched you?
Not really. I mean, we moved the supplies to a warehouse that was just on the outskirts of Leeds, so we didn't really have too much interaction with everybody. I'll admit that there was a language barrier with the people that I was talking to. There was one person that spoke English, but it was broken English. So, yeah, we didn't really, you know, get into any stories. It was more, you know, quick things about, oh, watch for this up here, and you know, over there this happened, and you know, that kind of thing. You know, basically in that part of the country, that's, you know, random missile strikes and stuff like that. But I'm glad to hear that the trains are running like that. That'll make it easier next time, definitely. But yeah, I mean, just, you know, the things to watch out for was more or less the talk we were doing. You know, I would like to get into leave, you know, down by the train station, that kind of thing, and, you know, see what's going on there, you know, the individual stories and that kind of thing, help out on a more individual basis, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens next time around.
Yeah. Amazing. I can listen to you for a long time, Rob. Okay, so does anybody have anything else to share about how you're doing? Any questions you might have? Um, yeah. And actually, something that I love to talk about here whenever we have a few extra minutes are sort of random acts of kindness, because we're dealing with and we're looking at a lot of unkindness in this world. And as we probably all know, there was a pretty insane, you know, massacre yesterday in Texas in the United States. And so it's really very easy to get um, just to become overwhelmed by the pain of the world. And I think it's important to know what's going on. It's obviously vitally important if we're able to be of service to each other. But I also think it's really important to cultivate kindness every day. And one way I do it is by keeping my mind and heart open to these like small little moments that can happen every day that remind me that we are that there's so much goodness in the world. So I thought I would just tell you a tiny little thing that happened to me this morning. Um, I had met a neighbor that I'd never met, oh, I don't know, 2 months ago, and we had a little chat and we talked about gardening. And she said, well, you know, I've got too much stuff in my garden, so it's overflowing. So I'll drop off when the season comes. I'll drop off a little stuff for you. And I had completely forgotten about it. So like 2 months later, I open up my door this morning, and just at the foot of my door are these plants from her garden that she had transplanted into little pots, and that I then immediately transplanted into my garden. Kind of like her kindness and beauty that she shared with me is now part of my garden. And I thought I would share that with you because I thought that was such a lovely thing. So if anybody has a nice moment of kindness to share, I would love to hear. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, well, if nobody can think of anything, I really invite you to think about it and to come back and to share something.
I gotta say goodbye. I got a call.
Okay. Bye, Wilson. Have a great day. See
Thank
you
you,
next
Wilson,
time.
for coming.
Okay, well, on that note, Ola, I hope you got a little bit of good vibes from us.
Yes, I did. Thank
I
you.
just think, you're doing amazing, amazing stuff. I see you on Slack. I see what's going on, and I'm so proud of you and inspired by you. And thank you for everything that you're doing. And really, really, what you shared today for me is huge, hugely important message, hugely important message. And Rob, yeah, you may have missed it, but Ola, would you tell Rob just quickly what you said, just so he can hear? Because I bet he would appreciate
I don't know if I can recreate the feelings, but if I can say shortly that I thought that I'm mostly okay with all the stuff is happening because it's happening for 3 months and I'm used to it, but it seems like I can't use to it. It still hurts. It's still horrible. And the other thing that I'm slowly starting to realize that Ukraine is not the only one country going through this hell, and this is unfair. That is, this stuff is still happening in the world, and we have to do something with that.
Oh, yeah, very true.
Mm.
Very true. It's sad.
Mm.
But we'll
Well,
get it straightened out. Hopefully it won't last too long. We'll see what Putin does, but hopefully it won't last too long.
yeah. In the meantime, we cultivate this community. We continue to help each other and to inspire others to join us because I think it was Alexios, you said something about it feels good to help. It's so simple. It's really so simple.
And may I also add, Brenda, um, about the act of kindness that you were asking? I wanted to give chances if anyone wants to say anything, but I think all of us being here and what we are doing on day in, day out, it's already acts of kindness. And majority of the people who are on these calls don't have to be here, and they have there's no force above them. It's not like their job that they have to be here because they're not going to get paid if they don't show up for work. And many of us already have tons of other responsibilities, their own difficulties in life, financial issues, and yet when we show up, we put all that on the side, and we say, okay, we are here for a collective cause, and that is to make a difference to somebody's life somehow. And we don't know who it's going to be. We don't know who is going to be changed, whose life is going to be improved or changed or saved, but we know it will be. That's the only reason we are here, and I think that's a huge act of kindness from all of us, including yourself. So we should also, pat ourselves on the shoulder too sometimes, and do take credit for it. Yeah.
Thank you, Samim. That's a beautiful way to end this meeting. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I love you guys, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good day and keep up the amazing work.
Thank you. Bye.
Stay happy and
Thank
healthy.
See you,
you.
everybody.
Talk to
Bye.
you soon.